Hey guys, and welcome to another tutorial. Now this one is more about optimization of like levels and things that you can do to make your level call a little better. Now this isn't a programming one, so I'm sorry if you came for programming parts. This one's more about how to project a lot less triangles and things in your scene. Now if you sit here and look at this and you see about 400 and some triangles and then vertices, and then you got your batches and the calculated frame rate, I guess. I mean, this must be a CPU one because this one will say something different. But anyway, now you have your set calls and all that good stuff. Now, the thing about this is there is a few things that you can use to bake into the scene. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this word. Ah, nah, I'm not even gonna try. It's some weird name that I don't say every day. So, anyway, I wanted to show you this because this can, if you're making a level and things, you can see that there's so many triangles and yes, it's a cube and things of like that, but the reason why I'm saying this is because if you want a big scene where you have lots of guys and just basically something that would render really really bad because you got so many objects there is something built into Unity to help you with that, especially if you want a large level. Because what really gets you most of the time is the renderers. If you turn off your renderers, like let's say on our guy, your render, or let's just go into our canvas, the renderers. Okay, we've got a panel, we've got a renderer. Let's just, I don't know. Let's just do all the renderers. Let's just do the whole thing, the whole entire canvas, and you'll see this thing drop. Our render thread, it's 3, 4, it's bouncing around. When you turn it off, should go down quite a, it doesn't. So it's going to call me a liar. I hate that. But if we do this, oh yeah, it goes down dramatically. But, vertices goes down, all that good stuff. But that's basically what this feature will let you do. Now, we've got about 400 sitting right here. Now, our frame rate bounces around because of whatever reason. Maybe it's an update, maybe it's not. But what I'm trying to do is, if I had a scene that's a little bit bigger with a wall, by default with Unity, if you see this big old camera view, that's like the calling of it. In a 3D world like this, it starts from the back right here to the furthest reach, and then it starts processing to the closest. That's how it works. Now, if you have something in between this, it doesn't matter if the camera can see it or not. It basically just takes it and puts it right in front of you. It doesn't care. Okay? So, when you do this, you're going to have high triangles because it's just doing everything. It doesn't care if the view is obscured, blocking or whatnot. But there is something you can do about it, and it's this little word, and you can bake the objects, but there's a few things you have to do in order to do that, to achieve that, which is not have push play twice and start it up and all that. Now, I already baked this and everything else. You can mess with these settings, and there's a documentation about it. So But I wanted to show you this so that you know it exists, because there's a lot of tools for Unity that people don't realize that are actually there. And, if you don't know it's there, you can't use it. Like, oh, okay, well, I want to go into Mono Develop and, you know, edit some scripts. Well, you don't know Mono is there unless you double clicked it and found out. Or people don't know you can go up to here to projects and then, well, no, it's preferences. Preferences, you have your general stuff right here, external tools. You can go Visual Studio. I have 3 in 2005. I do 2003 most of the time because I like it, but Mono's getting really irritating for me. But anyway, since we have this here, and let's just let it load or whatnot, we have about 400 some triangles, this and that. Now, let's clear this. Okay, and you'll watch that it should just jump right up to about 600 all the time. And it doesn't because it calls me a liar. Okay, well, maybe it's not updated yet. But this data is cleared, so we should be able to see it when we play the game. Oh, there it goes. See? It's 600 and some triangles all the time now. So it's rendering all the stuff in the background, and it doesn't care if it's being blocked. That sucks. That is and it's going to take your render thread and lower it a lot more. So you could have a million some triangles in one particular room, but visually in the background, Unity is doing everything that the camera view does. Now, there is ways of getting around it, between scenes and stuff. Now, this blue stuff that you're seeing is the actual bake of it, which, the documentation will provide you with. But you can limit this by adjusting the camera, making it the view instead of 4,000 or 400, and just soak it inward. Okay, put it down to whatever. Okay, and with it being like this, you can grow it or whatever you want to do. This is how far your camera will render. But you don't have to do this. You can leave it on whatever, and it doesn't matter. If you use this option, which, Unity has built in, it's fixing the problem. Instead of 600 in one scene like this at the current present moment, you can bake it and drop it down. So anything that blocks the camera, it's not going to render what's ahead of it. Because, hey, there's a wall. I don't have to render the stuff behind the wall. But the beauty about this is, if you do it this way, if you have NPCs going in and trying to kill you and stuff and all that, soon as it's not being blocked by the wall, it's going to turn the renderer back on. And it's going to happen very quickly. Very, very quickly. As long as, you don't have something breaking in your scene. Like, I don't know, an NPC that has so many updates and it's just killing your frame rate. But if you got 60, you'll never see that renderer come on. You should never see it. It should be fine. So you can get more triangles and more vertices and stuff in your scene to make it look a little crisper. Now, I don't know if this helps you, but I hope you learned something from this little tool. Now, there is documentation for it online and stuff, and I believe you really should look at this and be like, wow. Because I had a scene on one of my games. It went from like 30 to 60, like that. So, like, hit subscribe, and thank you for your time. And sorry there's no program,